We're in the little exhibition that we're going to run here in Fresselines. I'm going to paint a watercolour here in a moment. This is yesterday's painting of the confluence, and the rest of the little part of the gallery here we have the space for these paintings. It makes a nice little show, I think, especially getting all of these sized together. At last you see the triptych together hung. Little paintings together on the stairs. And at last we see the paintings together, even though the space is not great. We will see what happens today, whether we have visitors or not. Could be a waste of time, it might not. But last night I heard that this painting is just sold, so that's gone anyway. C'est vendu. Watercolours today to paint a wee landscape. Let's make a start on this painting. I'm going to start as usual with my Overwork. I've already put some masking fluid on. As you see here, these grey areas are masking fluid. Hope they come off still. I had a masking fluid problem before, but I think this one's a good one. I like the bio one. So to wet my watercolours first. And she's going to paint some rhododendrons in a very simple way with acrylics. In the meantime, I will continue with the watercolour, and the first colours I want to get on are lemon yellow. I have to use a piece of tissue to test the colours on because it's difficult to see the colours in a new palette. It's a nouveau. And we're using a rough paper, so I've got a chance to do some texturing later as well. I want to have everything very, very wet at the moment. See which blue is which. If I add the blue into the yellow, I will get a green. And you can see how I'm going to work vertically, and the paint is going to come down the paper. Just let it blend in here. Get the vertical strokes. Now a little bit of the reflections reflecting vertically here, down to leaving this area light here, stronger here against the colours here. And back to the green again, and we can start doing some texturing soon. We'll start just getting some of these leaf effects coming into this. Let the watercolour do the work. I just have controlled accident here, and just let that drop down and through. And again, I want to be a bit darker there, so I'm going to take a deeper blue now with a bit of brown. Really drop some of that in up here. Start to bring those colours in here as well. A bit more green to it, stronger, because we have these foreground leaves here that are coming in. You see, I'm just using my Overwork all the time at the moment. I need a larger brush to bring these larger leaves right through here. We're getting these darker colours, so I take a little deep blue and a wee bit of the brown, green, to make it much deeper. We have the wet on the dry, which gives me a dark, sharp shape, sharp-edged shape. Dark, sharp-edged shape. So if you need to get your English, this is a good way to learn. Warmer now. I'm putting more brown into the colour to make it warmer. We built up the black and the blue, now we're working some deep greens into it to start to form the leaves in leaf shapes, but nice and delicately and clean. I'm going to start painting the worms. Okay, I'll try this very deep green. And maybe some deep purple. So we're putting some deep purple into it now as well to really get these cool warm shapes working together. It makes a very quick painting, too quick for me in some ways because I would like to have a little more time working and enjoying. So now Marie is going to paint the leaves individually with turquoise and then gradually adding green in, letting the undercolour just glow through to get the effect of these leaves in the shadow, and gradually we'll work up the sunlight coming across. Okay, back into this again. We have to get a few more darks. Just take some bit of warmer colour. I just want a little bit of magenta, if I can, coming into here. Just a touch. I find this just a little bit too light and I want it a bit cooler. So I'll just bring in a bit of magenta into this. Now, while it's still wet like that, almost dry, I just want to do a little experiment. So I'm going to take a stiffer brush, just take some clean water and splatter it a minute and just see if it will cauliflower on those areas. Maybe. Okay, we continue here. It's not quite dry, but you see how we've got a splattered effect just there now with that. And of course I could do the same with splattering with a dark colour as well. So let's just take a lovely, rich, dark, plenty of colour in it, purple, brown. I just want to splatter that a little here. You see how we can get that nice splattered effect. And maybe get the same with a little bit of white. I don't normally do this because I could use a masking fluid, but I just want to get a bit more texturing here. So I'm going to put a little bit of white into it as well, into the textures. And in the meantime, my friend doing his enamel work, who lives just down the bottom of the hill, does this beautiful enamel. He is here with me in the studio, and he works here, maintenant. Bonjour, monsieur. Le bon travail. Je filme. Oui. Very delicate. Be careful. Gradually working away at the copper. So we'll see how he does later. Go back to my watercolour. First past the yesterday's painting, and we'll see how this is coming here. Okay, we carry on. Don't want to overwork this. As I say, it's a very simple little picture. Just want to bring in some washes now without killing it. I'm going to use a slightly finer brush now to do some of these twigs. Let's use a rigger. We'll take that lovely dark and start to form some of these lovely twigs that come down. Well, the next stage will be to remove the masking fluid we put on earlier and touch some of those areas afterwards with paint. See, we've got the masking fluid here now, and we remove it and the white starts to show behind, which is what we wanted in the first place. There, here, and here for the figures. Here and there, the sparkles of light. I'd like to use a sponge to do some of the texture in leaves. It's this one. It's only just texture enough. I would prefer the bigger one really, but I haven't got any more textured sponges than this one. So we'll try it and see. I'll make quite a nice deep green here for this job. See if this will do. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there's quite big textures there. Water as well here. And even onto the stonework. Go with the lumière carbon. Oui, c'est ça. Oh, good, okay. You're content? Oui.
Oui, très. Très content.
Mix the cools in. Now we're going to paint some cream, which is warmer, to get the sunlight. The reds, we take magenta and a little cerulean blue, and we start to paint the flowers. And you see how the colour comes. So with turquoise and with magenta, or with cerulean and magenta, we can gradually get these flowers correct. So, Madame Anglard, vous êtes content?
I'm very happy, but I need to learn more.
Oh, pas content. Tu voudrais encore la leçon? Tu peintes à la maison? You need to paint at home as well, pas juste avec moi.
Yes,
but it's a very pretty painting, and you've painted your first flowers. Les premières fleurs pour toi.
Sure, thanks Peter.
You're happy?
Very happy.
Heureux.
Happy. Très heureuse.
Heureuse?
Oui.
Okay. Start painting these two figures from the Auberge d'Artis on the Gazes d'Empierre. And I want to be very loose again with the background if I can. All the mid-tones working towards the lights, finish with the mids and the darks, and then the lights at the very end. Hopefully we can make an impression of this painting.
J'aimerais bien faire un petit tableau comme ça, un jour. Les mêmes? Le même? Comme ça on peut comparer.
Écoutez, vous y allez la semaine prochaine?
Oui, je sais pas, je sais pas si j'aurai le temps, mais...
Écoutez, c'est le moment où j'en ai, puisqu'il a les photos.
Alors, vous avez votre père, votre grand-père.
Ma mère, ma grand-mère.
Pas grave. Et votre arrière-grand-père, le prénom?
D'abord, il faut bien dire que du fait que je navigue entre Limoges et puis Manchemont, j'ai voulu m'acheter un ordinateur, mais j'ai acheté un ordinateur portable.
Vous avez besoin
Oui,
avec
l'après-midi, pourquoi pas? Mais non, on a fait quand même un petit stock, donc bon, ça ne peut pas aller.
Et ce matin, la balade, elle s'est bien passée?
Bah, pour nous, ça se
Ça n'a
passe
pas
bien.
fonctionné pour autant, mais moi qui fais partie de l'association Suzanne Valadon, le groupe a voulu essayer d'organiser parce que c'était les
Ouais,
événements.
c'est exceptionnellement.
Tu as donné plus petit Would you like your coffee?
Thank you. Yes.
But it's a short one.
Right, okay.
Il est. Non, mais tu vois, s'il faut au four, c'est n'importe quoi.
Mais c'est pas ça.
On s'imagine même pas on s'imagine même pas le prix. Non, mais tu me dis pas le prix par 3 000.
Un peu tard. Mais vous
Mais même, moi, j'aurais bien aimé avoir ça, mais on rentre à l'atelier. Hein.
Mais
Bon,
bien
j'en veux tout de
sûr.
suite.
Non. Oui, mes cartes, moi, j'ai des cartes sur Fresselines, j'ai des boules. Et alors.
Le creusois, de toute façon, a été toujours très méfiant. Hein.
Mais
Ce
Léo,
n'était pas une bêtise. C'est-à-dire que nous, on a connu du travail.
c'est vrai, c'est vrai.
S'il faut 2h30, 3h.
Ah oui, quand même. De quelle région c'est? Ah oui, d'accord. Bon, mais bonne chose.
C'est faisable.
Trois œuvres de Peter qui ont lieu, enfin qui ont pour thème la confluence.
Ah.
Parce que bien sûr, c'est le
Mais
mythique
là, par
de
contre, la
Monet.
confluence, côté Pico.
Donc, Suzanne Valadon disait que donc elle a quand même la cote, elle est dans tout le monde entier, les États-Unis,
Oui, oui.
les Chinois, qui paraît qu'ils sont fous de
Non, mais
Suzanne Valadon.
j'aime beaucoup celui-là parce que.
Parce qu'il est le couteau celui-là.
Voilà, peut-être. Mais bon, quand il mettait les prisonniers, il avait les flottés. Ils étaient donc assis, mais pas.
Pas du tout, enfin ça mettait très peu d'informations, enfin très peu. Je maîtrise mal les informations, donc bon, mais là vraiment on s'interroge. Hein. On s'interroge.
Non, mais
Ah, mais c'est merveilleux.
et quand à l'école, notre prof d'anglais nous dit vous êtes en Angleterre, il y a un mot que vous ne connaissez pas en anglais, prenez le mot français, prononcez-le en anglais. L'occitan.
Ah, ben vous faites Limoges.
Et c'est le plus populaire des rois d'Angleterre, c'est lui
Moi,
même.
je comprends pas.
Mais tu n'as quand même pas fait la. T'as pas fait la.
La comptable aussi.
Non, non, non.
Non, il se demande.
Oui.
Il y a enfin, il y a beaucoup. Alors il y a celle-là qui est quand même intéressante.
Ça, c'est la maison de
Oui,
Monet.
je la connais.
C'est la
Oui,
pousse.
ça aussi, ça
Ouais.
c'est trop loin alors.
Christine s'est creusée aussi. Christine représente malgré tout quand même.
I am happy with that. I think with varnish it would be okay. A bit of vernis, c'est fini. So I think I have finished this painting of my friends in the Hotel des Artistes at Garde d'Estampierre as a gift. I have to varnish it just and bring the colours out, but I think they'll be pleased with this, don't you?